Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Diamond Painting and Stitching with Laura, and I thought we'd do a stitch in time with the beaded cross stitch. We haven't done that for a little bit, and today I'm working with number 27 and it's a green. I'm trying to fill in all these green areas here that we got going. Whoops, I almost put a bead on the back again. So how's everybody doing? Is everybody having a good weekend? It's Memorial Day weekend. I hope everybody's got something planned because I guess it's the first weekend since school got out for most places. And I know the kids are antsy to get on with their summer vacation, but, well, we don't quite have that problem. I know my kids used to be excited that it was summer, and we usually meant that we'd go camping or do something crazy like that. But not so much anymore. My daughter's kids, both of them are not, of age to, I suppose people do take their kids camping, but I'm just saying my granddaughter's only going to be 4, or she is 4, I'm sorry, and she just, didn't understand the whole concept. But, yeah, and I know my son, his kids are a little bit bigger, I think. I don't know that they go for very long, camping or whatever, but they take their little boy. Now he's 6. He's gonna be 6, I think. So he's a little bit older, and then the girls are a little bit way older than that. There's like, oh, I don't know. One's 11 and one of them's 16, or will be here in a week or two. So they're getting old enough, they can go camping. But I don't know if they do a lot of that. I know they go snowmobiling in the winter. But if they do go camping, it's just for a night or two. So I don't know how well they like doing all that, but we used to go, we had well, first we started out in a tent, and it was like a cabin-sized tent. Yeah, that was an experience. And then we went to like an 18-foot pull-along, camper, hard roof camper. And then we bought a 35-foot fifth wheel. So when we were camping at that point in the pull-along trailer, we weren't roughing it. There was no way you're going to get me to sleep on the damn ground. It's just too damp for me. And we tried air mattress and everything else, but we had good sleeping bags. They saved us a few times, but yeah. Well, I don't know. It's been kind of busy at work. Just absolutely insane for 3 days here, but they have some festivities either in town or close to us, within 30 miles or so. They have a Finnabar thing, which has something, I believe, to do with kayaking. I've never been. I don't know what they do. But that's going on this weekend as well. And so consequently it's been slightly a nightmare at the restaurant. We had some big orders. Was it last night? Yeah, I believe last night. And then we got another huge order for like 60 some pizzas tomorrow. So yeah, it'll be just real handy dandy. Handy, handy, handy dandy. I'm telling you. I'm ready for it to be fall already. No, I don't know. It is what it is, and I asked for this, so here we are. But I didn't get too much of this done. Let me see if I can move you just a tad. Moving, moving, moving. Whoa. Oops, I'm not there yet. Hang on. So I got, come back a little and over a bit. I'm trying to get this edge over in here done, but that's about all I worked on. I've been just horribly, horribly tired coming back to where we were. Whoops. Gotta get it all situated again, but I wanted you to see where we were at. This is a pretty green. I haven't bought any more beaded cross stitch. I figured this is just about all I can handle for like a 3 or 4 year project. I work on it sometimes. It just depends how tired I am. I don't want to mess with it, and I'll just diamond paint because it's so much easier. But, you know, this teaches you, oops, patience and how to do something different, you know, a different kind of craft. And it's I'm not tired of it yet, is I guess where I'm going with that. But this part is, it's not overwhelming anymore. You know, I finally got past that stage. I found out I can control this and everything. But that big one, it'll never get done, trust me. I doubt, you know, unless I have another 1,200 people to work on it at the same time. Get 1,200 people and everybody do a line, you know. And we might have a chance, but I don't know. Yeah, I can't see myself working on it. I went from daunting to this. So this is enough, and it's getting soft, you know, since I started putting the beads on it and heavier. God, you probably need a 25-pound, what do you call it? Like hanging hook, you know, hook to hang it up, because it's going to weigh a bit, and I've only got that much done. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. But we'll see. You know, I do it just a little bit at a time. Oh, and sorry guys, I've been cigarette deprived all day. Because it was busy. What was I going to say? The bird thing that I got yesterday, I think I'm going to do something with this. With the bird thing. And it came with beads, and I didn't know what to do with them. Well, on the pattern, I'll just use this as an example. There, let's say, see those dots? Maybe. Let me come down. Come over. Do you see those dots? Well, they have squares. They're supposed to be French knots. So I'm going to just exchange those for all the beads, and that's part of the snow that sits on top of the what do you call it? On top of the well, it looks like berries to me, but I don't know. It might be some kind of a red bush that only grows in a foreign country. I have no idea. Where was I? But I've decided that's what I'm going to do with those beads. Instead of putting the French knots, because they have a designated area. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just like this little square is a designated area, where one of those squares are, I'm going to just add a bead to it instead of a French knot. And I think it'll accent it really well. And I don't think it'll take away, you know, from the, I almost said diamond painting, from the picture. Now, this is 11 count. Adia. And everybody says it's what you start with, but, you know, at my age, it's what you can see instead of, you know, what I started with. Yeah, it's, granted, it's a lot easier than looking at 14 count. I can't even imagine doing this on a 14 count. I don't even know if it's ever done that way. But I like the 11 count. But the other one is a 14 count. And the beads are, you know, about the same size as these, you know, from what I could tell. So, I mean, there's no difference in them. But I thought I'd give it a shot. If it doesn't look good, then I'll go to the French knots. But I just thought maybe it would accent the cross stitch really well. So that it looked like the snow was sparkling, you know, snow sparkles. So, yeah, I thought it'd be different. I did do a little bit of it. Whoops. Sorry, didn't mean to jerk you there. I get so far, and I got to do something else because I can only go so far with this laid down like this. Let me show you, put that where it needs to go, and I'll show you what I've done on that one. Hang on. I didn't get too far because, like I said, you know, I do this for like a half an hour and I'm like, okay, I'm unconscious. I need to go to sleep because it relaxes me so much. But, this is a 14 count thing, and I've used 2 strands on this one because I think it looks really good. So the coverage is really good. But it's going kind of easy. Let me turn it this way. I did this much in about an hour or so. You can see where the tan, and there's 2 colors of brown, like right there. They're so close, I mean, shoot. You'd have to have it right on top of it to see it. But anyway, I just did all that and then this part last night. And by the end of it, I was about to go to sleep. It's not that it bores me to death. It just relaxes me so much that makes me feel good. So, and I needed to come down because we had probably done, oh, I would say close to 150 pizzas by the time I left at 6 o'clock, and that isn't even an exaggeration, you know. So I was pretty tired, and I've been messing with my scroll frame. Well, okay, so somebody told me that I should put the scroll, like the end of it, in the vise part of the scroll frame. So I tried that, but the whole scroll frame wants to tip over with the amount of weight. And so I came up with something else that happened yesterday. I was messing around, and I watched Gone Off My Meds with Wendy, and she was showing off her craft room and various things in her room. And I remembered that she had done a thing on how to put that frame together, because hers looks pretty close to mine. I don't know if they are or they aren't the same company, but I can't tell what that color is down there. I'm assuming it's blue, but it might not be. I'll just save it and go on. So anyway, I saw that she had tipped the whole thing kind of up and down, if you will, with the frame. And it got me thinking. So and I realized that if I clamp it on there with the part that scrolls, that you can't scroll it. And yeah, that would kind of defeat the purpose and everything. But I'll show you. Let me get this needle back up so I like to know where my needle is. I don't want to have to guess. Let me just attach it here. And I'm going to put you up. I'll see if I can do this easily. Hang on, guys. I'm going to pause you just a second. Okay, so I don't know if we're going on a field trip here. Let me zoom you out. Whoop, the other way. There we go. Did I get it? Alright, so what I did, we're going to move around here. is, see this part here is attached by this wing nut. So that lets this go this way or this way across. So I turned it up and down, and I put the scroll up and down, and it's pretty, I've been moving it around, but it's pretty solid. It has been. I just been moving it a little bit here and there. So I don't know if that'll work or not, but you can see the top of the frame is here, and then the bottom is at the bottom, of course. But so I don't know. I thought I'd try it for a while. I just put this in here because it was the smallest one that would fit on this big frame. This is the hummingbird wreath thing. So we'll see how it works. And I realize I'll probably have to take it out each time, you know, that I want to advance it. But, you know, look at all we got to sew. It will be a while before I move that. So hang on. I'm going to pause you one more time. Okay, guys, we're back. So, I mean, that's kind of what I've come up with for right now, because otherwise I think it's just too big. If I put it on the end, the whole thing wanted to tip over. Now I did see, I went and I looked on YouTube, because it's always my best source for finding out things, because everybody's done all these things before me. So I realized nothing is original here. But I saw where they had bars attached to the outside of this other thing somehow. Oh yes, it went into where the screws come down, and the vise goes this way, and the screws are laying like this. I'm trying to get my hands together. The screws are like this, and you attach these bars, and then they lay like at an angle, and I'll have to look those up. Because you can rest the whole scroll thing on that if you want. And it has like a stop at the bottom so it won't fall into your lap. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of overkill, you know. And there was one frame that was so huge, it was just like, really? That thing must have been 4 feet across. And I'm like, no, this isn't what I want. You know, I don't know. I'm kind of I'm not disillusioned. I'm just, okay, well, that's not going to work. Next. So, I mean, I can save that stand for if I do small pieces in, like, say, a Q-snap, because it won't hinder it from going one direction or another. But that whole thing, I mean, I was scared that it was going to snap everything off. I realize it's made out of solid oak, but it just, something about it wasn't happening. So, that's as close to the drawing board as we've gotten with that. So, it may or may work, may not. But I might do a stitch with me on that. I just wanted to work on this. See, you know, you add one bead at a time, and it's like the first step of a journey is the first step to 10,000 miles or something like that, you know. You know what I'm talking about. So if I just keep adding a few more beads each time, you know, maybe by next year we'll have this done. No, I don't know. But I like working on it. And I like the stitching part. It's relaxing. But I like diamond painting as well, because you can, after doing this, it goes so fast. It's like, oh my God, I finished all that. Oh, I finished all that. You know, it looks like you're making some kind of progress. So, I don't know. Oh, I ordered another diamond painting. I thought, well, I have the one for my my granddaughter, the oldest one. And I ordered another one, and I don't know if I'll give it to my other granddaughter, who's like 11 or 12. or if I'll give it to the 6-year-old, because I don't want him to feel left out, you know, if the girls are doing something. I mean, he's game for anything, you know. He's got 2 older sisters. He's spoiled rotten. But, no, he's not spoiled rotten, but you know what I mean. If they're going to do it, you know, I think he should be able to do it, you know. I don't think this is a gender thing, you know what I mean? So, my son may agree or disagree. I don't think he'll disagree. I told him I was going to give him and his wife one for Christmas, and they could just work on it, and everybody could diamond paint all at one time. He had some kind of little containers, because I said, well, you're going to need containers to put those diamonds in, you know. I mean, if it doesn't come like we're used to having it come, you know, in bags. Oh, no, I got these little containers. I'm like, okay, I'll just be quiet. But he said they had a whole lot of them, and they were like miniature, what do you call them things? Mason jars, but they had lids. So I'm like, okie dokie. You know, hey, each to his own. Whatever works for you. So we'll see. But I had a painting that I bought 2 of. One, and I was going to make one for my daughter and one for my son, for their family, for Christmas. But, yeah. So I thought, well, it's still not kitted up, but it's still in its plastic form, you know what I mean? I just undid the diamond painting itself so that it would lay flat, so it could be pressing, you know, while I wasn't using it. And it's in my bathroom now, hanging on that pant hanger thing, and that's working out really well. So we're just gonna leave them there, and I put the big ones up there. But so I ordered that diamond painting. Beyond that, I've got one more diamond painting coming, and I can't even remember what it is up. Oh my lord. I remember the stitch part. Oh yes, I know what it is. And then I've got one more stitch kit that is it's a Joy Sunday kit, but I didn't order it. I don't know how that all happened, but I think I went looking, because I wanted it in an 11 count, and it was only in a 14 count at Joy Sunday. And the other place said it was a Joy Sunday, and it was an 11 count, so I ordered it, and it's coming from China. I'm like, really? I could almost count on the stupid embroidery being in the United States. But, so that's still coming. And I've still got my threaders that are so not going to work for this. If you'll notice, I went back to using a, dagnabbit, come on, a single strand of embroidery thread, because I spent 45 minutes trying to get the damn thing threaded the other day, and I said I'm done. So we'll just use one. You'd think I'd give up quicker, but I don't. I'm pretty tenacious that way. So, yeah. So, anyway, and it was so much easier to thread. And I'm using my little, let me see if I can pull him down. When I'm going to do a video with this beaded stuff, let me see if I can get it down here. There you go. There's my little needle minder. It's so cute. It looks like a piece of paisley material. I don't think I can. Let me move it over just a little bit. No, that's as far as we go. But isn't that beautiful? It's like it's magnified, and that's what I wanted to do. She has a cabochon that goes around this glass thing. So I had the beads, excuse me, and if you lay it down on a piece of magazine and you pick out a design, you know, something, a magazine you like, because you can set them down and see where you want to lay it. And then I used that, what is that, diamond glaze? Yeah, diamond glaze glue, just a little bit of it, and it dries clear. So you glue this down to it, and I was going to put a piece of magnet behind it, because I bought, you can buy, I picked up my needle so I wouldn't get stabbed on the way through. Let me put them down where they belong. But yeah, it's working out good. I can move it any place and it stays tight. I just want it over there for right now, out of my way. Because God knows I'll move my hand, while I'm talking and stab myself. So, yeah, and then you can buy round magnets. I don't know that they weren't that high a quality that's on the one I've got here. I mean, I'm sure you could find them on, what do you call it? Oh, crap, I gotta come out again. Whoop. I gotta find my thread. We're going to move just a little bit. What am I talking about? Magnets. They come in little circles, and then I was going to use them, make refrigerator magnets. Well, I had also bought like a strip magnet, and I was just going to cut a square and put it up on my, what do you call it, on my refrigerator. But I never got to that. But I made a few of the ones, like I said, I just glued them to the newspaper, let them sit, and then cut it around, and then I colored or painted the backs of them. I hadn't gone to I hadn't at that time found the little magnets that you could put behind it. And I also was waiting because my daughter got me some that were about 2.5 inches, the bigger stones, because I just thought they would be so pretty done like that. So I've done a lot of different mixed media stuff, but I just kind of lost interest, and life got busy, and yeah. You're lucky I'm still embroidering and diamond painting at this point. But, so I've got the beads. I mean, hell, not beads, but the stones, we looked everywhere for them. And, I had to, she found them one time when she went to Denver. So she bought me a whole bag of them. But, I mean, we must have hit 15 stores looking for those things. And they didn't even have them at Hobby... Well, we didn't have a Hobby Lobby at the time. So, you gotta go out? So what are you doing, Molly? Are you just being a pain today? What are you doing? Yep, she wonders why I'm talking to myself sometimes, I think. And other times she just sits on the couch and she don't care. Just does not care. One bit. Gotta go back down here. We ran out of greens up there. But it's coming along. I still got that second color of pink that goes up in there. But one little bit at a time. And I can only do this for what is going on. Oh, about an hour or so. I'm good. And then I gotta go sit down somewhere. Because it gets to me, but it helps me to concentrate and focus on doing one craft at a time. And sometimes I'm more tired than others, but tonight we're not doing too bad, because today kind of backed off just a little bit, because like I said, they had that what do you call it? We'll call it entertainment for lack of what I'm trying to say. Event. There you go, that's the word. Jeez. Going on in another town, and so it was fairly calm, I mean, it kind of went right along. We had a birthday party there, and a few other things going on, but nothing on gigantuous scale, thank goodness. I was ready for a break. And then those people called about those 60 to 70 pizzas. Oh yeah. So that's tomorrow. It'll be special. Special, special, special. I'm trying to bend that sucker so it will go in there. Sometimes the thread shows through, and sometimes not so much. But it all seems to come together, once you get all the colors surrounding it. You can't see down here, you can't even tell there's thread. I mean, if you turned it upside down, yes, of course, you would see it. Not upside down, but like tipped it up on edge. I don't know if you can, whoops, see the threads that way. But otherwise, sometimes they show and sometimes they don't. But once it's all where it needs to be and there's one right next to the other, yeah, I don't have a problem. It works out really good. So I'm really happy with this crazy little project. You know, it's not daunting. It's something to do different. And now I'm doing a lot more stitching than I have been. But, and I like the stitching. I'm glad I kind of got back into it. I don't want to get too many projects ahead. I mean, I've probably got 5 or 6 now. God knows I've got a few started. But I work on them a little bit at a time. I'm not going to make it a race. I'm not going to be pushed. I get pushed all day at work. And I want to come home and do something that is relaxing. And I can do it at my own pace. And not be too hard, not too taxing on the brain. Because I just don't want to have to think too hard. And I think that's why I like diamond painting, because it's mindless in a way. You know, I mean, of course you have to pay attention to the symbols or whatever, but it teaches you focus, and you can think on other things. You're not deep in how does this go together, you know. Me, that would be putting something together, you know. I mean, like that scroll thing, you know, or whatever. That's hard concentrating. I despise putting shit together. It just drives me crazy. So, well, if I can find the hole, we'll have it made. But, oh, goodness gracious. Well, we about got that green whooped. Like I said, one color at a time. You don't have to focus too hard. You know what you're doing. I'm going to have to... What I do know is that I'm going to have to get more thread here. And I already threaded my needles. I do that ahead of time, so I don't have to bore you with waiting, you know, for me to thread that needle. Because, you know, some days I can pick up that thread and it goes in there just quicker than slick. And another time, oh my God, 45 minutes later, we're doing something else. But I did notice on that 14 count that the needle is a little bit thinner. I mean, it's, let me see something here. Whoa, sorry guys. Crash! I will hold it with one hand and I will come back. Sorry. You know how you do something and you go up and you can't stop yourself? Okay. Where is it? Oh my goodness. There. This one is one with the 11 count, and then the one with the 14 count is just a little bit skinnier, so it takes a little bit more effort to thread that needle with that needle threader. Now, I really don't need that needle threader. It's just easier to pull through, so I've gotten used to using it. But because with embroidery floss, it kind of lays flat and it goes easier into oh dear me, oh my. It goes easier into the needle eye when it's a little bit wider, of course. I got one right in here. Oh, and there's one on the other side, of course. And so I don't need the needle threader. The problem is it won't fit on this needle because it's just very, very fine. And I went to the stupid fabric store, and you know what? I'll be damned if I came home and I didn't get any quilting thread. I was going to buy some quilting thread instead of using... Ooh, almost spilled the beads. I was going to use quilting thread because I know it's good and strong. And I don't know how that would work on this, but And it's a lot finer. It's kind of like that clear thread. We have a lot of sparkly squirrels today. I just can't keep focused. I don't know what I said besides the squirrel comment. Yeah, we always call them sparkly squirrels. Yeah, because they come by and we're like, oh, sparklies. You know, Secret of Nim and everything. Does anybody remember that movie? That used to be my favorite kid movie. I love Secret of Nim. My kids watched that thing to distraction almost as much as Lion King and The Little Mermaid. I could probably recite the damn thing from start to finish, but that crow or whatever he was always after sparklies. Oh, geez. Crap. Oh, well, that's attractive. I have magnetized I laid my scissors down on top of that magnet, and then I went to pick it up and the needle was attached. Okay, we're going to cut that off again because I got one over here. I want to get him before I forget he's there. Oh, of course, there's one right. Yeah, that's that one I couldn't tell. Oh, well. It's blue now. Oh, how's that? I don't care. You saw nothing. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. But, haven't watched any movies. Oh, I watched this crazy movie with, what is her name? Okay, it had, I think his name, not Dean Butler. Oh my God. It had the lady from Grey's Anatomy that played Lizzie. Wasn't it Lizzie? Oh my God. Izzy. Played Izzy. What is her name? Pretty blonde-haired lady. And she was a producer at a but television studio type thing. And this guy, whoever this guy is, he's been in other things. He always plays the macho guy, and he always plays an action adventure, I think, type stuff. I want to say his name is Dean Butler, but that's not his name. And anyway, he considered himself a sex authority. I thought, oh my God, really, buddy? You are not even that cute. But anyway, and he helped her get this guy that she wanted to date, and yeah, it was great. But, I mean, it wasn't a stupendous movie. It was pretty funny. So it was on, what in the world have we got going here? Oh, that was special. Crud. It was on Netflix. And I forget, oh my God, I forget the name of it. Oh, jeez. All I can remember is the end of it. But, though, it's called The Ugly Truth. That's it, Ugly Truth. So if you get to see it, it's a cute little movie, you know, I mean, it's another one of them brainless things. I didn't want to have to watch it. And I try to watch sometimes. I watch Bollywood movies, and sometimes I'll watch Filipino movies. I like Spanish movies and Spanish, what do you call them? Not mini series, but not TV shows. I don't know what they're called, but there was one, that Moroccan one, it was all in Spanish. I don't mind reading subtitles. It doesn't bother me, except when I'm trying to do this and that at the same time. And so, yeah. Oh, come on. So, I like subtitled movies. Sometimes I'll hit a good French movie, but I don't know, I just get sick of the American stuff, and I don't like stupid comedy, you know, about 20-somethingers. I can't relate. I'm 40 years older than that, so. But I like a well-told story, and I like, some of the older actresses, like, what is her name? Jane Fonda, or I like Kate Winslet. Well, she's not older, but you know what I mean. And Bette Midler, but some of that teeny bopper, it's like they're 25 to 30 years old, and you're thinking, God, how freaking stupid can you be? You You can't take it now. You got to have a mature story, you know. So I guess that's just because I'm old. Or I should say older, you know. Can't appreciate that crap anymore. But I found they have quite a few Filipino movies, and I never noticed that before. And they were good and well told, and you know, some things I'll put up with. You know, if the story's decent and you kind of slightly wonder how it's all going to come out or how they're going to solve this or that situation. Oh, you can't even see me cook. Okay, we're coming. Okay, sorry. I keep bouncing all over. But I'm going to get out of there because it's way too high. Yeah, so, I mean, it's just a different country that does movies, but I didn't know they did that many movies. So, I mean, and it's different. You get to see different ways of life and how people live, and, you know, you think, see, all your life you've been told it's a third world country, you know. Yeah, does anybody remember their mothers telling you about third world countries, eat your dinner? Yeah. Yeah, it's funny what crap, you know, sticks with you. But, yeah, so, but I look through, you know, the foreign films and stuff, and I don't put up with too much of the, what do you call it? Oh, I don't like horror movies. I like suspense. I don't want to see horror and bloods and guts, you know, for an hour and a half. I mean, it just doesn't do anything. I don't want to see children getting tortured. I don't want to see women getting tortured or men tortured. No, it's not happening. And no. I like a good ghost story, but, you know, hey. But even that, now, a little bit of it just goes a long way because you know it's all fake, and no. Blair Witch thing was, like, stupid. It was like, let's see how we can scare each other, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But, yeah. Okay. So I don't watch those, and I think probably the last horror movies that I ever watched was, like, Carrie. Stopped watching Stephen King after Cujo. Nope. Small child in danger. Bad dog. Yeah. No. We were done with that. Yeah. No. But, so I like dramas. I like historical dramas and that kind of thing when I'm watching movies and stuff. And, sometimes, you know, I want more history than other times. And sometimes not so much, you know. I just want to be told a good story. And I loved Out of Africa, speaking of being told a good story. I haven't seen that movie in ages, just absolute ages. And I must have seen it about 500 times because we'd always put it on. I worked for a video store back. God, it's been 20 years since I worked for a video store. That'll tell you how old I am. And they would, you know, have a movie on so people would want to rent it. So it's either Out of Africa, Beverly Hills Cop. Oh, and Top Gun. Yes. Yeah, Top Gun. That was my kids' favorite movie. They just loved the beginning of Top Gun. They would lay on the floor and pretend like they were in, you know, locked in the fighter jets, you know, and they'd have the floor speakers on so loud, I swear to God, it was vibrating the windows. And, oh my God, yeah. Between that and Space Camp, yeah. Yep. So it's like, I haven't seen a lot of movies. I've just seen a lot of movies several times. Because back in the day, we didn't have money to have cable, and here you had to have cable to have, what do you call it? Any kind of, what do you call it? You had to have a cable company to watch TV. Because I lived in the mountains, and we had terrible reception up here. So, unless you had a big antenna on your house, that was back in the analog days, or what I think it was called analog, wasn't it? And, yeah. So, well, it's coming together, guys. Let me back you out a little bit. Whoops, I backed the wrong way. So there you go. We're getting the grass done a little bit at a time. I got to do the purples. I was going to look for the purples, but I think I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing, for all of you that have subscribed, if I could just talk. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And we'll have more videos like this. Me and Molly. The Me and Molly channel. And don't forget to hit the bell so that you can see when my next video comes out. And y'all have a good night. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. What's still left of it. And we'll see you later. God bless. Bye-bye.